now on the second page of our special angle pairs. We've already talked about vertical angles and what they are. They now tell you that vertical angles are always congruent. That means the same measure. So, if one of them is 30 degrees, the other one is 30 degrees also. Then they tell you that the sum of the measures of the angle of a linear pair is 180. Remember, your linear pair makes a straight line. A straight line equals 180 degrees. You need to memorize these because, again, it's going to keep coming up. And if you'll look at the ceiling of my room, I have those ghosts hanging up. Linear pair and vertical angles are going to come back to haunt you. You've got to know what they are. Looking at example 2, it says that line AC and line DE intersect at point B. They want you to find the value of X and the measure of angle EBC. So you have to figure out what X is, then you have to plug it back in. Looking at the picture, I notice that these two angles are across from each other. That makes them vertical. Vertical angles are equal. So set up your algebra problem this way. 2x plus 20 equals 3x plus 15. Now, solve for x. Alright, we know that x equals 5. Now what I have to do is plug it in. They want the measure of angle EBC. So from E to B to C. So not only do I have to plug in x, I have another step after that. So I'm going to just plug it in here. It doesn't matter which one. You can plug it in the top one or the bottom. They're equal. You're going to get the same answer. So I'm just going to plug it in here. 2 times 5 plus 20. So this angle is 30 degrees. That's not the one they asked for. The one they asked for is this one. Notice that this 30-degree angle makes a straight line with the one they're asking for. That means if you add these two together, it equals 180 degrees. So to find your answer, all you're going to do is subtract 180 minus 30. So the answer they're wanting for angle ECB, EBC, is 150 degrees. This is your final answer. Moving on to example 3. Example 3 says that line GH and line JK intersect at point I. Find the value of X and the measure of JIH. Again, notice the angles are vertical. That means they equal each other. Set up your algebra problem as 16x minus 20 equals 13x plus 7. Solve for x. We're going to subtract 13x from both sides. 3x minus 20 equals 7. Add 20 to both sides. 3x equals 27. Divide by 3. And we get x is equal to 9. Now, not only do we have to solve for x, we have to find the measure JIH. So where is that? That is this angle. So I'm going to take x and plug it in one of these and find the answer for the angle they're not asking for. So let's go ahead and do that. 13 times 9 plus 7. That's going to give us 124. Now, take a look at the angle they're asking for and the angle that we found. They form a straight line. That is a linear pair. Linear pairs add up to 180. So these two angles add up to 180. So what you need to do to find their answer is subtract. So we're going to take 180 and subtract 124, and our answer will be 156. So our final answer is angle JIH equals 156. Okay, moving on to example 4. Line LN and line OP intersect at point M. Find the value of X and the measure of angle LMO and OMN. All right, notice these two angles are not vertical. They form a straight line. That means when you add them together, they equal 180 degrees. That's what your algebra problem is going to look like. You're going to add these together. So that is 7x plus 20 plus 5x plus 10 equals 180. Solve for x. Combine your like terms. 7x plus 5x is 12x. 20 plus 10 is 30. Subtract. 12x equals 160. Divide by 12. And x is going to equal, oh, that's 150, not 160. 12.5 is what x equals. Now, they want to know the measure of L, M, O, and OMN. So all you have to do is take the 12.5 and plug it in both of these for x. So you're going to have 7 times 12.5 plus 20 for one answer, and 5 times 12.5 plus 10 for your other. So your final answers will be 107.5 and 72.5. All right, next. The sum of the measures of angles LMO and OMN in example 4 is 180 degrees. These two angles whose measures have a sum of 180 are called supplementary angles. So that's something else you need to know. Supplementary angles equal 180 degrees. Similarly, when the sum of the measures of two angles is 90 degrees, the angles are called complementary angles. So complementary angles equal 90 and supplementary equal 180. And a way to help you remember, look at supplementary. S-U-P-P-L. Take a look at that. You can make 180 degrees, 180 out of supplementary to help you remember that supplementary is 180. Take a look at complementary. C-O-M-P-L. You can take the CO and make it 90 to help you remember. Supplementary is 180, complementary is 90. Right? Moving on to example 5. If angle 1 and angle 2 are complements, okay, that means they add up to 90 degrees. With the measure of angle 1, 2x plus 20, and the measure of angle 2, 3x plus 15, find the value of x. This is an algebra problem. So you're going to add them together and they're going to equal 90. 2x plus 20 plus 3x plus 15 equals 90. Combine like terms. Subtract. Divide. X equals 11. And that is all that they asked for. So you're done with this one. All right. Moving on to the last page and the last two examples. Find all of the missing angles. All right, let's take what we know. Okay, in the picture, they tell me I've got an angle of 110 degrees, I've got an angle of 45 degrees. And let's make this a little bigger so we can see it. Okay, so they want me to find the measure of angle 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, so what angle is directly across from the 45? Angle 3. They are vertical. So angle 3 is also 45 degrees. Notice the straight line that we have here. If I add all of these together, they're going to equal 180. So I'm going to add 110 and 45, and then I'm going to subtract from 180, and that's going to tell me the measure of angle 4. So that's going to give me 25. So what I did to get that, I took 110 and I added 45. That is 155. Then I take 180, because I have a straight line, I subtract 155, and this measure is 25 degrees. If I will look from angle 4, angle 1 is vertical. It's 25 degrees. And angle 2 is vertical. It's 110 degrees. So just fill this in. 25, 110, 45, and angle 4 was 25.